Welcome to Play Misty for You. I went camping, kind of sort of camping, when I was in 5th or 6th grade. Was that when it was? There was a girl that went to my private school. I was there on scholarship, but we're going to call her Ginger. Went to my private school, and her dad, I think, was a senator. I don't know. They lived out in Rockwall, and they had it going on. Okay, Elizabeth had horses. Elizabeth had a ranch. Elizabeth had a mom. Elizabeth had a dad. Elizabeth belonged. Oh, shit. Her name's not Ginger anymore. Yeah, so they belonged to a sailing yacht. No, they belonged to like a yacht club, and she had a regatta like every weekend. So Elizabeth, she's so fancy. I just loved her. So I'd go from my little apartment in Dallas and stay with Elizabeth for the weekend. One time we did like her horses. Okay, this is the time we went to the farm. We went to their like big beautiful ranch house, and they had horses. Not like she had a horse. There was like, I don't want to say a barn. I think you call it something else when they have all the horses with the heads sticking out. I'm real good at this type of stuff. Equestrian center. So I had been at this private school one day. I drew a beautiful ranch with oil wells on it and horses. A friend came up and said, "What is that?" I said, "That's my grandparents' house." They said, "You ride horses?" "Do I ride horses?" They said, "Do you ride Western or English?" I said, "I ride bareback." At the farm. And it's put up or shut up time. Little did I know. I thought I was fooling everyone. Little did I know. All the 12 girls that were there, and Elizabeth and her mom, her dad wasn't at that one. He was probably in Washington. They all knew I was full of shit, but they knew it and I knew it, yet I would not admit it. So they're like, "Okay, it's time for you to ride, Misty." And I said, "Great. You sure you wouldn't like a saddle? Western?" "Nope. I'm bareback." That's how I roll. I promptly got on a horse and promptly fell off in front of everyone. Cut to 11 girls riding normal size horse and Misty in the back riding, like, I don't know if it was a donkey or just a miniature horse. Yeah, it was really. Oh, and also, I'll never forget Elizabeth's mom. We went to like the general store out there by the farm, and we got all these groceries. And at the last second, Elizabeth was like, saw a can of Skull and said, "Can we put this in there?" Mom said, "Yeah, sure." So of course I'm like, well, when I dip, I take a big hit. I'd never dipped before. I put a whole pack in my mouth and immediately threw up. So one would think, well, Misty, you probably learned your lesson. After that, you probably didn't exaggerate your abilities. You were more honest and upfront with yourself and with others about what you were capable of and what you weren't capable of. I did not learn a single thing. So when Elizabeth invites me over to their other home on Lake Ray Hubbard and says, "I have a regatta," and her parents say, "Your friend that always is in the regatta with you, she can't make it." Everybody's like, "No, what are we going to do?" "Hey, Misty, have you gone sailing before?" "Of course I've gone sailing." "How many times?" "Oh, the times I've gone sailing. The way I love sailing. "Oh, why? Would you like me to be in the regatta with you?" We go down there and we get in our little sailboats, and it's very quickly obvious that I have no idea. There's something she yells when the bar of the sail is switching directions. I didn't. Yeah. Everybody quickly learned I knew nothing, but we were already in the water. We were already racing the other children our age by that point. Within minutes, we had flipped over. We flipped over, and there was like this big, thing sticking out of the bottom that we were supposed to and flip it over. I mean, I did not weigh soaking wet, which I was. I did not weigh anything, and neither did Elizabeth. And the times when I'm underwater swimming, I go face to face with a gar alligator fish. Alligator gar alligator. Well, if you're picturing a fish mating with an alligator, that's what it looked like. Lake Ray Hubbard was notoriously cloudy. So it was cloudy, murky. I decide I'm going to be brave and open my eyes. There's an alligator garfish right in front of me, to which I come to the surface and am told to grab onto that stick on the boat, on its underbelly, and hold on for dear life with Elizabeth and try and flip it over. I think we did get it. I think we flipped over again. Poor Elizabeth. Man, she and her family, I don't know, did they have me over anymore after that? Couldn't blame them if they didn't. I was that kid in school. I was Eddie Haskell. I was the kid that said, "Hello, Mr. and Mrs. True. Yes, all is well. Pleasure to see you again." And promptly said to their daughters, "Where is the liquor cabinet? Where are the keys to the Audi? Let's take out the car with the car in it." I had friends whose dad had a car with a phone in it in high school, which may not sound like much, but it was long before cell phones. We definitely drove around in those cars and cruised forests. Speaking of people who exaggerated stuff, we cruised Forest, and one of the people that we would regularly see on Forest Lane while my friend and I were sneaking out her mother's Mercedes was Vanilla Ice. Yep. I think it's Robbie Van Winkle. Is that his real name? Yeah. He was there. And then later, there was a newspaper as he started, once his song came out. This was before the song. Once the song came out, he said a newspaper article came up with his background and said he had always lived in Miami, and he was part of, I think they said, I can't remember. Did they say he lived in the projects in Miami, or did they say, either way, it was a lie? We were like, he was on Forest Lane. What are you talking about, Miami? But that was another one, was my friend and I, her mother's boyfriend purchased a Mercedes for the mom. Now, we were 15. We weren't even, no driver's license, no hint of a no whiff of a driver's license. We had been taken out, I think, her mother's Cadillac, which was, that was old. That was passé. But her mother gets this gift from the stepdad. We're there. We witness it because I'm spending the night. We're like, oh my gosh, it's so great. She doesn't drive it. The mom doesn't drive it because it's 8 o'clock at night and everyone goes to bed. Do my friend and I take her mother's brand new car out and drive it before her mother has even had a chance? Yes, we do. Did we know that car took diesel? We had no idea what diesel was. Yeah, we did that too. And I was the kid that was like, you know what, we should take your parents' car out. I was the kid that was telling them, if we drank from your parents, whether it was a full-on bar or whether they just had that one bottle of Jim Beam up above the refrigerator, you take it out, you do a marker line of where it was, you pour the glasses, make your whatever drinks, and then you fill it up to that line with water and you wipe off the line. They're none the wiser because a lot of these parents were only drinking once a year. I was helping them, really. I was helping their children, dip their toe into what adulthood would look like. like and helping them prepare for the challenges that would be ahead. Did I deserve an award, a medal, thanks, monetary value? Yes. Yes, I did. Did I get any of that? No, I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for all those parents to come to me and say, Misty, thank you for helping my child not be a hermit through high school. Thank you for integrating them into their experience so that they would have a better time in life in college. We really do appreciate you. But you know what? It's okay. They don't even have to say anything. I'll just say for myself, good job. I'm very proud of me. My humility. And that is where we're going to drop off today. And as our sponsor is OtisIncLA.com, precision wheel parts that help you move with alignment. Use the code MISTY today at checkout for a free upgrade from ground shipping to 2-day air. Do you like it? I like it. All right. Thank you so much. Also, send me emails. We are going to do Friday listener mail. Send me whatever you want. Ask me a question. I love a question. PMFY at MistyMcAfee.com. All right. Peace out. Love you. See you tomorrow.